Hello everyone. I've decided to do something a bit different this time, and I'll just be talking about my colony of Psyttala horrida, which is the Horrid King Assassin Bugs. So I've been keeping inverts for several years now, and I have to admit that assassin bugs have become like my number one favorite invertebrate to keep. And even though I haven't been keeping them for that long, they hold that spot for me now. At the moment, this is the only species of assassin bug that I own, but I do have plans to expand my collection with other species in the future. I started this colony back in February 2023. I've had 15 nymphs purchased from the spider shop. Initially, I've kept them in a large, really useful box. Once the colony expanded a bit, I had a bespoke terrarium made for me by Matt from Custom Aquaria. Unfortunately, this is the only good picture of the tank that I had. It was 35 centimeters deep, 32 centimeters tall and 60 centimeters wide, with sliding doors and a top mesh for ventilation. So the colony kept on growing, and I've recently rehoused them into an exoterra enclosure, which is 45 centimeters deep, 45 centimeters tall and 60 centimeters wide. I've also purchased 12 nymphs to diversify the gene pool slightly, and last time I counted, the colony has approximately 160 individuals at this point. So, the Horrid King Assassin Bugs, they're insects from the family Reduvidae, I believe that's how you say it, and they're native to West Africa. They're the largest species of assassin bug in the world, and they can reach a size of around 2 inches. They're primarily black, with red warning markings on their abdomen and their legs, and one of the most prominent characteristics of this species of assassin bug is the thorns that are present on their thorax. They are predators, and they feed primarily on other invertebrates. From what I've seen, they have no regard for the size difference between them and the prey item. I've seen tiny fresh nymphs try to take down adult crickets or dubia roaches pretty much every time I try to feed them. They don't hunt together, but I have seen them share prey items between themselves, though this is mostly non-consensual. They also seem to exhibit some cannibalistic behavior, unfortunately. Smaller nymphs will often become prey to larger specimens, especially if the food is scarce. This is why I like to keep them in a big enclosure, and to give the small nymphs a lot of hiding spots, so they don't become food for the adult ones. There doesn't seem to be a specific period in the year when they mate and breed. I've noticed them mating and laying eggs all year round in my colony. The females will lay the eggs in the substrate, and nymphs will hatch out in approximately a month. After hatching, it will take the nymphs anywhere between 6 to 8 months to reach maturity, and the overall lifespan of this species is anywhere between a year and 2 years. I've been keeping this colony at around 22 degrees Celsius, and I try to make sure the substrate is relatively moist by overflowing the water bowls every week. Now, when I was researching their care, I often saw information that water bowls are not necessary because they get all their moisture from the prey items. But in a bit over a year when I was keeping these bugs, I've noticed that they can and will use a water bowl just to drink clean water. So I've been including a water dish in my colony for, well, the longest time now. The adults and the larger nymphs seem to prefer a bit more dry environment. However, I've noticed that if the substrate is kept completely dry, the eggs will dry out and just die. So to make sure that the colony is thriving and reproducing, this is why I overfill the water bowls. So one of the important considerations when building an enclosure for assassin bugs is the molting process. So the way that these molt is they'll attach themselves with their legs to any high up surface like branches or the top of the enclosure even, and they'll try to exit their old exoskeleton with gravity helping them out. So this is why it's important to give them like branches or a slanted piece of cork bark to give them the opportunity to molt successfully. So assassin bugs are venomous, and while their venom is usually not life-threatening to people, it's been reported to be extremely painful. I've personally seen that their venom is very effective at dispatching other invertebrates, almost instantly paralyzing them. So overall, I'd recommend keeping assassin bugs to anybody who's interested in keeping invertebrates. I would say that their care is relatively non-complex, and I personally really enjoy just watching them go about their daily business. Just find it fascinating. I do hope that assassin bugs become more popular throughout the invertebrate hobby. Because, well, hopefully that'll mean more new exciting species will become widely available. Well, anyways, this is going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and yep, see ya.